I'm Gabriel Hernandez, so this is Watcher DM. Today we're going to cover the Silver Secrets Buried Deep Adventure Guide. This is an adventure from Monster Brew DM for 5th edition, and it is designed for 4 adventurers of 4th level. Before we get into it, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe to our videos. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when future videos come out. And if you would like to support us, you can do so by joining our Patreon, patreon.com/WatcherDM, or purchasing any of our products at DriveThruRPG, itch.io, or WatcherDM.com. All right, let's dive into this. So Jamie Brannon is the author and really creator. He went through and picked all of his own, got his own stock art, did all of his own layout and stuff. And so really this was just a collaboration in that I made sure he got some money up front for setting this up, and we helped him with distribution so that he could get some additional eyes on it. Now, his design philosophy is really cool. I think it's very different from a lot of the other things that we've created, but this is a second part to Darkness Gathers Under the Great Silver Hall, which we will also be covering. And basically, this adventure covers the silver mine beneath the Great Silver Hall. And so it's largely a location based adventure. There is a setup here that you can use to enter. There's also a number of adventure hooks provided here, including the Silver Runs Dry, Missing Arms Delivery, Quick Feet, Clumsy Hands, are all, very evocative titles for some of these. There's some important NPCs. Also, he's set this up to work as a plug-in adventure. So this adventure can nicely be set into a campaign that you already got going, where you want to inject, the silver mine, or just have some side quests going on. And so there's a list of side quest hooks. And then, you've got the actual mine map here, which has, it's like 14 locations that are all keyed, and a nice breakdown of, what the enemies know, which is super useful if you manage to get any of the enemies to talk, or if the party captures an enemy and pulls information out of them. There's a nice handy access to that here, and he kind of covers that for the Zorn as well. Really, really cool kind of information design here from Jamie. And come in through this minecart track here. So, that's the mine entrance. And he goes into the abandoned shrine, which is kind of on the way through. There's an abandoned burial chamber. There's a drowning pool, following that in area 4 here. There's a Zorn hiding within the drowning pool. So this is a combat encounter. There's a secret tunnel that goes through from 4, and a pit trap. So this area will have like impaled bodies on it, and there is a ruby pendant down in this pit that can be used for one of the plugin adventures. And then, of course, the tunnel, keeps going, so it keeps going deeper. I think at this point it kind of assumes like you're continuing down the track to 7, which is the mine cavern, and there's a drow, a rust monster. Rust monsters are a very fun creature type that you don't see in too many adventures, as they can seriously disable your party if you're relying on your warriors to be able to carry things through with plate armor, or nice any kind of metal armor. The rust monster will very likely be eating that armor and disabling your warriors' abilities to take hits. Pretty important stuff. And then you go into the excavation tunnel. So this is the most, the newer excavation areas here. And there are ropers in this area, which again, pretty fun creature if you are unfamiliar with them. The Giant Smasher Forge has a phase spider in it. And then going into the storeroom, there is a lot of treasure. There's a quest item and just a bunch of stuff here. Some really, really cool platinum cloth sash, a turquoise urn, dragon scale boots, like really, really cool stuff. Very evocative items. And then it goes into the dark below, which he calls Darkheim, and it's kind of an analog for the Underdark. That is 11. Just this coming off of 9 here goes off into the dark below. 12 is a concealed passage hidden behind a secret doorway. It connects the lower area of the mine with the middle, now makeshift sacrificial chamber. And then there is a sacrificial summoning chamber here, which contains a Drider along with his kin. Sacrifice the party successful at saving DeBurg. From the sacrifice, the Drider will attempt to sacrifice one of the characters to the soul door, targeting who they perceive as the weakest until defeated. And then, yeah, the sacrificial summoning room. If the characters are able to defeat Agar Yaz Inyan, the Drider's death ignites the soul door and completes the initial summoning ritual. So a Glabrezu comes out summoned, which is a 3-round wave combat, basically containing a number of devils and such. He's got a nice little social encounter here, or kind of like what they're going to say to you. And yeah, and then there's a secret escape route, 14.1 and 14.2. And there's traps on the escape, which I think is a really, really cool feature. Now, obviously, if your party is crippled, and by the previous encounter and the cost of resources thus far, you may wish to telegraph these a little harder. But yeah, this can really ratchet up the tension if the party has, largely come through with some resources left. This can push them to use those last couple of spell slots for healing and recovery as they're fleeing. And then, yeah, you've got the conclusion, which outlines kind of the effects of different changes on the game and the world. And that is the entire adventure. If you have run this adventure and have comments about how it played, or if you've played in this adventure and want to tell us your story, or if you just want to talk about silver or buried secrets or dwarves or drow or anything in the comments, please sound off. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, as with all of these, you can pick up any of these products with the links in the doobly-doo. And I hope to see you in the next one. Stay weird.